Hi everyone, Sailor Moon here, Tuxedo Mask here, and today we're going to talk about who made the greater Sailor Moon dolls. Was it Irwin or Bandai? Because over the years in the Sailor Moon followership, there's been always folks wondering who made the good Sailor Moon dolls back in the day. Was it Bandai or was it Irwin Toy? Nowadays there's a whole rows of businesses who made Sailor Moon dolls now. But back in the day there were only two, Bandai and Irwin Toy. Now, as you could tell, our dolls gathering over there is a mix, is half between Bandai and Irwin Toy. And a lot of folks out there, had this belief that the Bandai that the Bandai ones were not as good as the Irwin ones. Now, at the end of the day, I think that Irwin and Bandai both did a good work making the dolls back in the day. You know, and the unbeloved doll belief is that the Bandai dolls were not as good as the Irwin dolls. Some call them the long leer dolls because of their long leer that they had. But I thought they were both good. I like both of them. Like, that was my belief. Now, if you talk to folks now, they're going to tell you a whole rows of other dolls out there made by other businesses out there that are probably worth a way lot more than what we were worth. Now, at the end of the day, I thought Irwin and Bandai both did good work with the dolls. And it's true, in the beginning, both of them are doing the same long leer doll look. Alright? This held belief, but yeah, they all started out making long leered, both of them. It wasn't until wasn't until 20 YL to 2001 YL did they started to look more like this. Now, the unbeloved doll belief is that they were not good and they were ugly and no one liked them. But I liked both the Bandai and the Irwin ones because I felt both of them did good work making the dolls back in the day. And when it come to getting Sailor Moon dolls back in the day and even now, a asker cannot be a chooser. You got that right, Sailor Moon. You want to go on? Yeah. You got that right, Sailor Moon. Back in the day, when Sailor Moon dolls were being sold, I guess, at KB Toys and Toys R Us and Walmart and Kmart and Hills and whatever, askers could not be choosers when it came to what Sailor Moon dolls they had. And from between 95 YL to 20 the long leer dolls that were being made both by Bandai and Irwin were the only ones they were. And from 20 to 2001 YL was the dolls, the beautiful dolls, or at least the ones that had more look on their leers. What some would call the Mattel Hasbro Gem Barbie look. Now, anyway, at the end of the day, I think that both Irwin and Bandai both did good work making the dolls. Well, making the clothing or the hair, or, drawing the leer, or also making the shape-shifting, sticks, or the half moon staff, or the stands, which, let's be earnest, the stands were the only things they weren't so good at, because the stands only worked if you wore boots. If you wore shoes, well, they weren't going to work. And at the end of the day, I thought both businesses, Bandai, which is still around to this day, and Irwin, which ended up shutting down years later. At the end of the day, I thought both of them both did good work making the dolls. And like we say, half of our dolls are mostly Irwin and Bandai dolls. Yeah, I'll go back. Alright, before we end this film, You're right, Tuxedo Mask. At the end of the day, or Hyde, you're right. At the end of the day, I liked both Irwin and Bandai dolls. You know, when I thought of Sailor Moon dolls, that's what I think of. And everyone's good and everyone has a right to their belief. And we all know the Sailor Moon followership these days are going to talk about all the other Sailor Moon dolls, that the small ones and the big ones, they're been made by sundry businesses or many businesses. Bandai have been one of them, and many other ones out there that say we should talk about those, but today we don't know anything about those ones. Well, if you like this film, then follow me over here, us over here at Sailor Moon for Life. Watch the other film we made yesterday over here with Astronema. I, Sailor Moon, I, Tuxedo Mask, or Evening Coat Hyde, and we'll see you later. Bye.